In this video, we will demonstrate how to properly perform a travel adjustment on a HELM Coil Mark II front fork. Clean the entire fork before starting this procedure. Turn the preload adjuster counterclockwise to relieve any preload from the fork spring. With all of the preload removed from the fork, now it's time to remove the lowers. Using a 13mm socket, loosen but do not remove the compression rod foot nut. Using an 18mm socket, loosen the rebound knob assembly. With both foot nuts loose but not completely unthreaded, push on the compression rod nut and rebound knob assembly to disengage the lowers. Once the seals have been broken, completely unthread the compression rod nut and rebound knob assembly and remove them from the fork. Lay the fork face down on a flat, protective surface. Grab the lower and upper assemblies of the HELM fork with each hand. Carefully pull and separate. Leave the lowers lying face down to prevent any oil loss. If oil is lost, we can add some later on in the process. The HELM's coil compression rod assembly will have to be uninstalled to adjust the fork's travel. Using a pick, carefully remove the retaining ring from the coil spring stanchion tube. With the fork legs facing up, visually inspect the coil spring seal head, retention ring, and the retention ring bore within the stanchion tube. Reinstalling this properly after your travel change has been made will be critical. The HELM coil can be travel adjusted between 160 and 130 millimeters of travel in 10mm increments. Set your desired travel by moving the spring perch to one of the 4 grooves on the compression rod. Make sure the spring perch and the glide ring are properly connected together and greased before reinstalling. To install the retaining ring, start with one end of the ring seated in the bore of the stanchion tube and work in a circle until the ring is fully seated. Verify that the retaining ring is properly in place by delicately using your pick. With the compression rod and damper rod fully extended, inspect the O-rings located on the ends of the assemblies. Replace if necessary. Fully closing both the high-speed and the low-speed compression adjusters and adding a fresh coat of suspension grease to the wiper seals will aid in the reassembly. Note the orientation of the ribs located inside the bottom of the lowers. It is critical to line up the bosses on the compression rod and the damper rod to the ribs. With the lowers lying face down, carefully feed the fully extended compression rod and damper rod into the fork lowers. Ensure that the wiper seals are not folded or bound up as the stanchion tubes slide into position. If any fork oil from the lowers was lost, now is your time to replace it. Cane Creek recommends using 15-weight Motorex Racing fork oil, 5 milliliters in the spring side and 7 milliliters in the damper side. Use blue Loctite on both the rebound knob assembly and the compression rod nut. Tighten the rebound knob assembly to 7 Newton meters and tighten the compression rod nut to 5 Newton meters. Thank you for watching this Cane Creek service video. For more information, please visit us at canecreek.com.